It certainly didn't take very long for Rachel Zegler, the star of Disney's newest woke live-action race-swap remake Snow White, to become one of the most despised people in the entertainment industry. And when you listen to Rachel Zegler speak about Snow White, the character, the original movie, it's easy to understand why so many people despise her. Clip after clip of her disrespecting the original, disrespecting the character, and talking about the woke agenda that they want to push with the newest one. Well, that has led to any time we hear stories about Rachel Zegler, them absolutely blowing up and going viral because so many people hate her and so many people want her fired. And now, if you check some headlines today, it's almost guaranteed that you'll see something to the tune of Rachel Zegler has been fired from woke Snow White. Was Rachel Zegler dropped from Snow White? Viral article claim explored. And I think a lot of it stems from Inside the Magic. This article right here. Disney officially fires Rachel Zegler from Snow White live action, report claims. Just for the record, I think Inside the Magic is just a dog shit website. Sometimes they might post just legit stories that they've kind of copied from someone else. Sometimes it's just absolute bullshit. That is what this article is right here, to be honest. You have to scroll through about 12 or 13 paragraphs until you finally find what they claim is the report, which happens to be this guy on TikTok who has about 1,000 followers claiming that Disney fired Rachel Zegler as Snow White in this 4-minute rambling video. The only problem with that is there is a real story out there about Rachel Zegler no longer being attached to a film, but it isn't Snow White. And in fact, Inside the Magic are the ones that started some of that off to begin with. Snow White star Rachel Zegler dropped from film, will be recast. But that is not Snow White. It's a completely different movie altogether. Same with this article. Snow White star Rachel Zegler axed from movie after backlash. The movie in question is not Snow White. It's fucking Paddington Bear 3. Rachel Zegler is reportedly no longer attached to Paddington 3 and will be recast due to strikes. This, again, is just a report from, I think, Daniel RPK on his Patreon somewhere. That's probably where this comes from. She was supposedly in talks to be in Paddington 3 a couple months ago. Reportedly, because of the strikes, that will not be happening. This is an actual report, yet to be confirmed by the studios or anything like that. But this is an actual report as opposed to saying that because one TikToker made a video about Rachel Zegler being fired, that that's an official statement from Disney. Now, I certainly get wanting people to click on your stuff. I make thumbnails, I have titles because I want people to click on my stuff as well. But I really think that this article has spawned a bunch of complete misinformation about what is going on. There's been no real valid reports at all of Rachel Zegler being fired from Snow White. I've explained multiple times, I don't think that's going to happen. Not because it's not going to be a disaster, not because Disney doesn't know it's going to be a problem, but because Disney has been so vocal about how diverse and incredible they are for having a Latina Snow White. Rachel Zegler starring as Latina Snow White. There's no way that they're going to possibly go back on that and risk the criticism from the woke crowd. But when you see this type of reaction, when you see the news spread so quick, there's a reason. The reason is because everyone hates Rachel Zegler. Almost unanimously, people don't want her to be part of this anymore. On both sides, people that are tired of like woke garbage remakes, and also from Disney fans who love the original movie that don't want someone that disrespects the character like that to have any role whatsoever in their movie. The Rachel Zegler situation will continue to be a massive, huge problem for Disney. And when you see stuff like this start to go viral, there's a reason why. Because she's so despised by so many people for her comments about Snow White and about what they're going to do to the character going forward. So despite some headlines, Disney officially fires Rachel Zegler from Snow White. Doesn't seem like that's the case. Doesn't seem like there's any authentication behind that other than, you know, one TikToker saying that he was probably talking about an article that he got confused about too because of the way some of this stuff's being put out about Rachel Zegler and no longer being attached to Paddington Bear due to the strike. A pretty wild thing to wake up to. All these articles saying she's been fired today, but that seems to be the reality behind it. Some clickbait and some people who are just running with things without actually reading through the entire article. What do you guys think? Let me know about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.